Coalition of Northern Group, CNG, the group said they will begin non-stop protests against the wave of insecurity in the northern region. The plan, according to the group, aimed at drawing the attention of President Muhammadu Buhari and the northern states governors to the plight of the region. CNG said the ineptitude and apparent failure of elected and appointed leaders from the north to either protect the lives and property of northerners or address the myriad distresses the region faced had pushed them to the wall. Explaining that the government has failed woefully in many fronts, the group argued that the authorities appeared bent on sustaining the hikes in electricity tariff. According to CNG, it also appears President Buhari and the governors are not keen on resolving the lingering dispute with the university lecturers. CNG noted that it was no longer an exaggeration that the security situation in the country, and in particular in the north, had deteriorated, while the authorities did not deem it fit to extend swift spirit deployed against federal SARS into the security there in the north. The group told the president point blank that he has abandoned hundreds of thousands of people in the northern communities exposed to insurgents and bandit attacks. It urged the citizens, northerners, who would participate in the peaceful protest to conduct themselves peacefully, while urging the government to respect their right to protest. Briefing journalists in Abuja, the spokesman of CNG, Abdulaziz Suleiman, said the coalition of Northern Group CNG has followed development around the bold and necessary steps taken by Nigerian citizens to call attention to police brutality, the deteriorating national security, and other pressing concerns. The CNG notes the appreciative progression of the citizens' action that climaxed with government's swift response to one of the concerns raised with the scrapping of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, and of the Nigerian police, and its immediate replacement with Special Weapon and Tactics Team or Tactical Team. In the unfolding scenario, the CNG hereby inevitably arrives at the following observations and inference: that while the Southern elected appointed leaders and representatives are quick to identify with their people at a time of need, their counterparts from the North, including the President, the Senate President, senators, rep members, governors, state legislators, and other government appointees, would rather abandon the hundreds of thousands of people in the northern communities exposed to crime, lawlessness, and insecurity in the hands of bandits, insurgents, kidnappers, rapists, cattle rustlers, and other violent criminals without any form of protection. That it is contradictory that despite several protests and pleas Northerners have made, the authorities never deemed it fit to extend the swift spirit deployed against federal SARS into securing the North or addressing the myriad of distresses faced by Northerners. That the authorities appear bent on sustaining the harsh, unacceptable regime of exploitive hikes in electricity tariffs, which the North shall bear the brunt more than other parts of the country. That the federal government appears not keen on resolving the lingering dispute with the academic staff union to enable the recommencement of university education. In the light of the foregone observations, the CNG has no other option but to direct the extension of the protest to all northern states commencing from Thursday, October 15, 2020. By this, all CNG state chapters and student wings are mandated to resume mobilization of responsible sections of the civil society, NGOs, women groups, professional associations, artisans, and concerned parents in their respective states for the continuation of protests that they claim is going to start in Katsina, that started in Katsina State sometimes in June. CNG will lead the protest to demand the federal government to immediately declare a state of emergency on security and take practical steps to handle manifestations of insecurity in the northern part of Nigeria and other parts of the country. They demand thorough reorientation of the entire police force and its empowerment by way of additional personnel, modern training, and adequate equipment to be able to reclaim its universal internal security function. Mount pressure on leaders to show real commitment to protecting lives of citizens, ending the prolonged closure of our universities, reconsidering hiked commodity prices, reducing youth unemployment, and checking the rise in poverty level. Publicly condemn and pass a vote of no confidence on those office holders and elected leaders who have abandoned the bulk of Northerners to the mercy of a vicious insurgency, destructive banditry, rape, and sexual assault, violent communal clashes amidst mounting poverty, and entrenched fear of widespread kidnapping for ransom. To declare the agreement reached by Labour with the government on new electricity tariff unacceptable and demand the immediate unconditional reversal to the old rates, Suleiman noted that while CNG welcomed the creation of the SWAT to replace SAS, it urged the government to expedite action on improving the professionalism of the personnel drafted into SWAT. Now, I know a lot of you have comments as regards what, the CNG or whatever group that comes from the North. First, people see the Northerners as backward, one. People see the Northerners as group of people who are only occupying a space without adding any value. Aside the farm produce that come to the South from the North, nothing else. They don't have musicians that are known, or if you know any, please do write that in the comment section below. Is there any professional they have, aside people who claim that they are born to rule and they go into government or get into the military or try to be president without school certificate? There is always this, thing about the North. They always believe that they can show or present themselves as people who somehow have been disenfranchised, people who somehow have never had it equal with others. That is just what it is. So they feel that they can declare or claim for themselves affirmative action, acting as if they've been, not allowed equal opportunities, like I said, and they believe that the government should provide for them some policies that will give them or favor them more than the rest. That's why you will find the likes of Buhari joining the military without any certificate and is able to rise to the level of a general. And many of them out there. And I'll tell you is again, when you check the cutoff mark for Southerners, let's say for a course such as medicine, it's not the same as that of the North. So you find a disparity in everything. So you ask, who are we serving? Are the Southerners serving the North? Is this like a forced marriage, like you have a husband and you just have to stay serving the husband and feeding the husband and breastfeeding him always? That's what it is. Everyone felt that the Northerners will also come up, but then, as you know, they said there is no problem called federal SAS in the north of Nigeria. What they have is so much on their hand. Amajuris on the street. They have this lackadaisical attitude to things and saying things that are not in order in the northern part of Nigeria. They have their terrorism there, Islamic extremism. The Hausa people that are indigenous to that region, they themselves have sold their soul, sold their mind to the Fulanis that have dominated them there. So you have a lot of problems there. Diseases, you find destitute, people that have cut their hands, legs and stuff like that. And you find lack of care because they still want to give birth to thousands of children and put them on the streets. You see, they want to continue, and their political rulers and religious clerics and all of that want to keep them in darkness. So you see, that's why it's difficult for them. We talk about population, which is a resources. You find that it's more or less like the majority of the population are every day getting more useless. If not for the Southerners, we will never hear the voice of Nigeria. So I think it's time for them to rise up and begin to demand for reality and the real things, and begin to it's not this, they are suffering even more. It's just there are some of their top criminals there that are getting something here and there. They are suffering the more. So is it now that they are waking up? In fact, they should sleep more. They shouldn't wake. Once that struggle to kick off SARS started, I thought that the North would also take up their own placards and come out and say, look, we are all in it. But no, we are not. So that's why people are even asking for one thing. Let us break it into two first. A lot of people say, let's break into Arewa. Let's break into Dudua. No. Let us start by breaking it into two. Let it not stay. North is very big. They can stay and enjoy first. The South can stay and decide among themselves what they need to do next. That's my own feeling and thoughts about these things. When we talk about this break or whatever, let us break into two. Let us start from two. If people claim if we break into pieces, it might not be okay for us economically. I believe that the South can talk and reason together and move ahead. That's what my own thoughts are. And the Northerners, they can also sit together and move on. So that's it. People are asking them, why are you just waking up now? Why can't the coalition of Northern groups CNG sleep more? Who and what finally woke them up from their decades of decided self-delusion? While imported militia herders pretending to be Nigerian Fulanis and issued with valid Nigerian national identity cards are busy sacking villages, robbing people, kidnapping others, and raping women all over the place. You guys should better keep it up, because a lot is loading and must happen as soon. They will complete the railway line linking you guys with your Fulani insurgents, brothers and sisters in Niger, Chad, Mali, Central African Republic, Burkina Faso. Then you guys will be forced to reckon with the fact that visitors can suddenly turn landlords overnight, while landlords will be running helter-skelter with no particular destination in view, as visitors are busy consolidating their holds everywhere. If you like, go back to sleep and do not protest and get back what belongs to you. It's as simple as that. Indigenous people of the North, Awusas, sleep, don't wake. Continue as a result of your religious extremism too with your brothers or whatever it is. Continue and sleep. Soon, the light will shine and you will see where you are.